all new Dr. Phil House.
We have a very intense hour of television. Tempers got a little hot. Some graphic language was used. So you may want to take the kids out of the room.
Tempers are flaring in the House of Hatred.
Look at me. Cry later. Look at me now.
It's Dr. Phil like you've never seen him before.
You need to wake up, boy. I know. This is probably his last chance. This is probably his last stop on the subway. What have you done to help him? We know what you did. Hey. This just kind of fills your book, doesn't it? This is exactly what you believe, right? Just an absolute worthless, no-good tub of lard behaving like some kind of idiot.
Yes.
Are you that shallow? Now, I want to know why, after that despicable behavior, you shouldn't get in that car I've called waiting for you outside to take your happy ass back where you came from. Coming up. Let's do it. I want you to get excited about your life.
Here we go, in 10.
Stand by, camera 6. If you're going to talk to me, you're going to have to be honest. Stand by, Dr. Phil. Showtime. This is going to be a changing day in your life. I'm taking people with real problems and moving them into the Dr. Phil house. I'm going to put you under a microscope. Need a camera here, need one here. I'm putting cameras everywhere to see what really happens behind closed doors. I am moving in with you. We moved 6 total strangers into the Dr. Phil house from all walks of life, each with their own judgment, bias, and prejudice. 2 racists, 1 black, 1 white, a homophobe, a gay woman, an obese man, and a skinny woman who says she'd rather be dead than be fat. Since their arrival, it's been nothing but bickering and bad behavior as the house guests show their true colors. It's a social experiment that takes on a life of its own. Here's what happened last week in what we're calling the House of Hatred.
You don't need to get in my face.
Life began in Africa. Look it up. I know you don't want to hear it, but it's not true.
So you and I got a problem because I'm white.
Since we got into the house, things have been revolving around John. John, get your ass into that shower.
I can't stand John's smell. Everything that he touches smells like him.
I can't take a shower standing up.
I'm not doing anything. You can't tell me what to do. That's not good enough.
You're being an ass.
John.
Hey, she just told John he couldn't eat until he took a shower.
Oh, really?
Did you shower? No. You're not eating until you shower.
He can starve.
He can live 8 weeks on body fat.
How old are you? 4.
I can't just say it in a respectful manner.
Why could you say and you left it there?
Y'all smell like...
Happy on me.
I need some security in here, please. We have a problem. I repeat, this is John. I need some security in here. We have a problem.
I'm headed to the house. This has got to stop.
Dr. Phil?
Oh, I am here.
When Dr. Phil walked in tonight, I was really nervous about what he was going to say. We've progressed a little, but we've kind of plateaued as far as dealing with our actual problems that we have with each other.
Well, I've been watching y'all most of the day. I have the ability to watch you from my house, my car, my office. So what's up with you? Why are you here? Why did you come here?
I need help with my anger and my weight and stuff.
Let's just take a look at John's most unflattering moments.
Nigga. You smell like... Y'all smell like...
Do you think I give about cheese?
I smell like...
The whole place, you need to spit.
Yeah! Go back to your old country on the banana boat.
When I saw myself on that tape, I said, who the hell, like, is that demon? That's not me.
Yeah, you think that's pretty funny? Are you proud of that? You proud of that? Yeah, well, let me tell you something. That ain't who we are. I don't care whether she's black, white, green, yellow. You don't come on and trash people out and disrespect a woman like that. You ever heard about Hollywood and the cutting room floor? Well, there you go. That's Hollywood's cutting room floor. That's how famous you got. Now, what I want to know is why I shouldn't run your ass out of here on a rail right now, buddy.
Sorry. I'm very sorry.
Who the hell you think you're dealing with?
I need help.
How old are you?
24, sir.
Nobody taught you any better than that? What are you doing egging this on, Gary? What, you got better sense than that.
If I was kind of discussed with myself, I'm here for a reason, and that kind of just brought out the bad side of me.
I don't believe in disrespecting women like I've been telling them at all.
Well, you've been dancing around here egging him on.
I don't trust Gary. I thought he had gained a couple of brownie points, but the display with John changed all that.
And what do you guys do? You just jump into it and start yelling back? Come on, B. Why would you even dignify him?
He's been doing that all day. I was fed up with it, and I was just tired of it. I exploded.
If you need a miracle in your life, then be a miracle in your life. Create what you want.
The way that I responded to John and the vernacular that I used was not me. I got so angry, which I don't like to do anyway because that takes away my power and gives it to somebody else.
You are a bitter woman. How old are you?
I'm 57.
Well, I'm 56. So we kind of traveled along the same time period, haven't we?
Yes, we have.
I just didn't grow up with women standing around calling people mother. You're better than that.
What Dr. Phil said to me was absolutely right, because I'm too intelligent for that, but I just lost it.
Look at me. Cry later, look at me now. Have you ever had anybody offering you as much help as you've got right now? And that's what you do with the opportunity. You need to wake up, boy.
I know.
This is probably his last chance. This is probably his last stop on the subway. What have you done to help him? This is exactly what you believe, right? Just an absolute worthless, no good tub of lard behaving like some kind of idiot.
Yes.
Are you that shallow? Do you not see what he's going through?
Tonight was a big realization for me. I think that I should be a stronger person and overcome my faults in this.
The idea is we're supposed to try to learn something. Now, I want to know why, after that despicable behavior, you shouldn't get in that car I've called waiting for you outside to take your happy ass back where you came from.
I'm sorry. I don't know. I'm sorry. I really need help, but I know this is my last resort.
I was a little upset after Dr. Phil said that he had a car waiting outside for John. We're all learning something from everybody here. And if he leaves, then there's no reason for any of us to be here.
What do you want for him, B? Do you want him to stay here or you want him to go?
I want him to stay.
B, I'm sorry.
I know you are. I know that he's just being arrogant and ignorant. I want to help him if I can help him, and I want him to stay.
Do you want him here for other than entertainment?
I don't want him here for entertainment. I want him here because he has a problem like I do. That's why I'm here. I'm not here just to bash on people. I'm here to learn something.
I think my stay here for the rest of the time is going to be real hard because of my ways. You know, saying the M word all the time. I want to stop doing that. I really want to help in my family.
You want out, get out. You want to stay, you earn your right to be here.
Yes, sir, I'll do anything.
Let's solve this right now. Look at me in the eye. Do you want to be here? Then act like it. That's all, act like it. Are you here to stay?
Yes.
Do you commit that to me?
Yes.
And stay doesn't mean physically be under this roof. It means get involved in everything we do every step of the way.
Yes.
We have a deal? We have a deal?
Yes.
John, we have a deal? All right, Gary? We got a deal?
We got a deal.
All right, B?
Absolutely.
Stacey, we got a deal?
Deal.
The best part of Dr. Phil's visit is just that he came. Even though today he was focusing a lot on John, that stuff needed to stop in the house before we could work on anything else that needed to stop.
I'll get my act together.
You'll be all right.
Thank you.
It's gonna be a whole lot less of you when I get through with you.
Thank you. God bless you. Tonight was a big wake-up call. My attitude's gonna change to the positive.
Good night, Dr. Phil.
Sleep tight.
The best thing about having Dr. Phil in the house tonight was the change of pace. I mean, you know he's gonna shake things up, and that was exactly what we needed. We needed someone to come in and say, you know what, we need to do this. We need to get on the ball. We need to do it right from here on out.
We're all here for a reason, and I think we're focusing on the wrong things.
We've all been yelling at him, he's been yelling at us, but yet the issue lies here
there and there. So I think we just need to work on what we're here for.
I have one thing to tell you, though. I apologize for, you know, not giving you some respect as a woman.
I accept your apology as long as it's not just empty words.
I'm here for a reason to get help, and I'm apologizing to you, and that's sincere. I want you to accept my apology.
I accept it.
Okay, this is what is called foxhole bonding. Okay, it's now them against me. Okay, they got a love-hate relationship with me, but did you see them close ranks when all of a sudden I'm kicking ass and taking names? Then all of a sudden it's any port in the storm. I don't care if you're black, white, skinny, tall, short, come here. I need some cover. I hit them hard.
You sure did. You did.
I ain't seen nothing yet.
Coming up, the bonding didn't last long.
See who's in the jail? Black people, and half of them didn't even do anything.
You don't know Jack.
You don't know Jack either. I know it's true.
Why are you here? Why the are you here if you think it's okay? That's the whole point of this joke. I'm even through being in your face.
To see more of this week's Dr. Phil House guest, log on to drphil.com and click on the Dr. Phil House. Now that the house guests have gotten a wake-up call from me, let's see if they can finally get down to the business that they came here for and deal with the real reasons that we want to focus on. Now remember, Tessa and Christina have polar views on this whole gay issue. Take a look at some of the harsher things they've said about each other.
I have a big hatred towards homosexuals. I think it's disgusting, detestable, wrong, sinful. I could vomit if I see two girls kissing.
I just hate straight people. I call straight people breeders because that's all they're good for.
They've been living together under one roof for a few days now, and the tension is building. Let's see what happened when Tessa and Christina faced off in the kitchen.
If Christina's understanding or accepting anything more about homosexuality, I think it's very little.
I think things that have happened in people's childhoods have kind of made them stronger into that approach.
Gay people, I don't think they're just normal as far as the mind frame goes. I think that there's something chemically wrong with them.
You know bipolar disorder, right? They say it's one of two things. It's either genetically, like you can get it passed on family-wise, or environmental.
That's treating homosexuality like it's a disease, though.
No, but it's not. To me, those aren't diseases, though. Like, they're illnesses, they're not diseases.
You know, this is what worries me so much. There is so much misinformation out there. There is so much misunderstanding out there. People react with wrong information. They lump an entire group of people together based on isolated experiences, and they just don't know what they're saying or the impact of what they're doing.
Well, I'm not ill. I was really pissed off at Christina. I hold so much resentment towards straight people for treating me the way that they have my whole life.
Kind of So it's not a disease and it's not an ill. Sorry, I heard you guys over there.
No.
What is it?
People say it's genetics.
Okay,
like,
genetics.
It's who you are.
But are you ill?
No.
Do you have a disease?
No.
I was born where I am.
The conversation that me, Tessa, and Christina had about being gay, it kind of made me feel uncomfortable. I just don't agree with her ways.
Everyone always goes, when did you know you were gay? When did you know you were straight?
But you love
You never have to answer that question. I never feel like I'm getting through to any straight person when I'm saying what I say. I felt cornered today.
What if Dr. Phil came in and said, here's $100,000, lay in bed with a gay? Would you do it?
I don't know. Can I close my eyes?
I gave the Dr. Phil housemates an exercise that forced them to deal with their inner values, their inner beliefs. Now, they were asked to sit across from that one person that they deemed the enemy and tell them the reasons why they hate them. They so often do this from a distance. They so often do it anonymously. I wanted them to look the target in the eye and own the hurt that they created when they do this. Please note, this exchange includes some very harsh content and strong language. It even includes the despicable N-word because that's the reality of their hatred. You'll understand, but be advised, it is offensive.
Gary, I hate you because you're white. I think you're ignorant, because you think that you're better than me.
When me and B sat down and did our I Hate You exercise, it was real intense. B, you're a nigger.
You know what? A nigger's an ignorant person, so if I'm a nigger, you're a nigger too.
There was some hateful things I did say on there, and I knew she'd be offended, and I really don't care. I hate you because you're taking over my country.
This just almost leaves me speechless that somebody can be this ignorant, and I'll tell you what it stems from. It is not so much a hatred of others on Gary's part as it is a hatred of self.
You don't deserve to be here feeding off of our money.
Off of your money?
Yep, just like, you know, everybody else.
African slaves made America rich.
I hate you because you're always poor me, and I'm so black I got abused.
Because I what?
Poor me, I'm black. I'm being arrested, I'm black.
When Gary was saying what he said to me, I was angry. I just say what I feel. Gary, you fill me with disdain and speak my mind, and you make me sick. You think you're privileged, and you want to push me down and build yourself up. And let it go. Go to the jail and see who's in the jail. That's what I did. It's black people, and half of them didn't even do anything.
That's not true.
Oh, I know it is true. It most certainly is true. You don't know jack either. I know it's true. I'm black, and I'm the one that gets the repercussions from all this. You walk around with your little tight white ass and feel privileged, and you can go here and there and do this and that and be waited on.
I'm not white, I'm Native American.
Whatever.
He talks about having hatred for whites, but the truth is, anybody that's different from her, she has a problem with because she's so defensive.
Well, if your skin is white, your skin is white.
So what am I?
I don't know what you are.
Christina, I hate you. Christina and I had listed off things about homosexuals and heterosexuals that bothered us.
Why do you hate me?
Because you're heterosexual, and all my life, heterosexuals have done nothing but make me feel like
All heterosexuals?
Yes. By using each other's names, it made it much more real to both of us.
Tessa, I believe God made Adam and Eve and not Adam and Steve. If you say you are born gay, you're absurd.
See, this is a perfect example of how ignorance can create distance and chasms between people. And you know what bothers me the most is I truly believe that Tessa believes everything her critics say.
Being gay is one of the biggest sins out there.
Even more so than murder?
I believe murder and homosexuality goes hand in hand.
Christina, you're superficial, self-centered, and flat out ignorant.
Tessa, I think you deserve to go to hell.
Well, I believe that because of heterosexual people, hell will be a vacation. After the I Hate You exercise, I actually feel a little bit further away from Christina. I'm obviously withdrawing for a little bit because I have no one here who I trust.
The I Hate You exercise I found to be actually what everyone needed to say in order to get these feelings off their chest. John, I hate you. You made a choice to be that fat.
It wasn't a choice, honey. Go on.
When I see you, I lose my appetite.
No, I feel the same way about you.
Good, maybe you should look at me more often. It definitely stirred up a lot of feelings that I had been just hiding away. John, I hate you. You're lazy.
I don't think I'm lazy.
Can I say one thing? John, you said before that you've never done anything. It's always been handed to you. Why is that?
Because of my medical reasons. What I went through in the past with previous skinny people makes me believe that it's just a bunch of lies. Dr. Phil understands my position, and I thank him for that, because he has 2 family members that weigh 500 pounds. He understands what I'm going through.
John thinks he's a master manipulator, even to the point that he's taking something I've said about relatives out of context to try to justify his position and align us together. Dr. Phil agrees with me on this. I'm gonna tell you something, John. I haven't seen anything yet that you and I agree on.
I'm done. It's hard for me to trust another skinny person. She can go around and picking on all the big people.
And you can go around picking on skinny people, and that's okay?
It is okay.
Then why are you here? Why the are you here if you think it's okay?
It is okay.
That's the whole point of this show, is to prove that it's really not okay. You want to change yourself.
It's okay.
Why is it okay? I'm even through being in your face.
Stacey is an ignorant person. She didn't want to listen to me and my point of view.
Coming up.
I've never touched a black person before.
It wasn't fair.
For Christina to now blame all homosexuals is sort of taking the easy way out.
Then all of a sudden, a little screen pops up and Dr. Phil's in the house.
Closed captioning provided by
All new tomorrow. A betrayed wife lashes out.
You tell your children your dad likes disease-infested whores. Your behavior is so outrageous that it overshadows the problem.
New Dr. Phil. That's tomorrow.
Oh, look, Stacy and John needed to cool off, and while they were doing it, I asked the remaining house guests to challenge themselves with an exercise that would put them in close personal space with the one person they say they hate the most.
Dr. Phil asked me to come in today and to work with the house guest. We're not doing straight up yoga. We're actually going to do a hybrid that I created. Bea and Gary sit back to back. So Christina and Tess come into the center here.
We were gonna get in touch with somebody else's energy and somebody else's feelings. I don't know if I feel comfortable doing this one.
So take a second, just close your eyes.
I felt uncomfortable when I was touching Bea because I'm not comfortable with her color. I've never touched a black person before.
If you can, try to go elbow to elbow or wrist to wrist, shoulders to shoulders, spine to spine.
Sitting back to back with Gary,
Stay focused.
I could just feel restriction. I could feel him just rejecting or closing down.
And let's breathe that in.
Personally, the yoga doesn't make me comfortable with Christina. I felt like I had failed with that activity.
Feel the person behind you.
I had to try to put myself in her shoes with her feelings.
That completes that portion.
And that's really hard to do because I feel that her lifestyle is despicable and disgusting. Tessa and I were discussing why I am the way I am as far as gay relationships. And I was trying to explain to her why I hate gay people. I knew there was gay people, but I wasn't exposed to it. And then one night, I wake up, I was walking through the living room to go to the kitchen to get something to drink. My mom was sitting on the floor with roses and candles and bathrobes making out with a woman. Nothing was ever told to me. Nobody ever said anything to me. And then all of a sudden, this woman's bringing her stuff into the house.
Christina and this woman had both given her mother an ultimatum, me or the other one. And Christina's mom chose her partner over her daughter.
When I was down and out and didn't have anyone, when I was almost sleeping on the streets, never once did my mom or her girlfriend say, "Do you want our help?"
This hatred has nothing to do with gay people. It has to do with a sense of betrayal she feels with her mother.
I can't say that it wasn't rough for her, but basically she blames all of gay society for her mother's shortcomings.
It was unfair. It wasn't fair. I never had the chance to be a kid. I never had the chance to be a teenager. Nobody did anything for me. I did everything for myself.
She's willing to be vulnerable to a gay person, which before she had barriers up like you wouldn't believe. It's at least a beginning.
Some people say, "How do you hate gay people?" Well, look what I stem from.
I can't even begin to comprehend what her mother might have felt. But for Christina to now blame all homosexuals for what her mother did is sort of taking the easy way out.
I don't think Tessa received it well. Yeah, she had a lot of, bad experiences because she had to deal with all the straight people telling her about her lifestyle. But to go through what I went through and for her not to understand it was really hard for me. We were all in the dining room and we basically had to confront the people that we had issues with. Then all of a sudden, a little screen pops up and Dr. Phil's in the house.
When I turned around and saw the screen coming up, I almost lost it.
Hey, guys.
Coming up.
This is hard.
My life looks so pitiful after only 19 years.
If you ever thought you needed each other's support, you're really going to need it today.
Starting Thursday. Dr. Phil confronts a cheating husband.
You can't be a husband and be a chaser at the same time.
Who said?
She says.
See what happens when Dr. Phil drops a bombshell.
He was with somebody Monday night.
This is news to me.
That's what you said.
And what does that mean?
You gonna somebody blow up on me.
Get me off the show right now.
Take a hike.
Plus,
I'm starving to death.
2 women dying to be beautiful.
I'm not a person. I'm just a disease.
Now, Dr. Phil is their last chance to live.
Girls that are in this position at this weight do shut down and die.
And
they judging my baby.
A father accused of molesting his 3-year-old daughter.
She's a baby.
I would blow my brains out if I ever touched her.
Do it.
The stories you'll remember.
You're not gonna see her.
All this November.
Kiss my...
Only on Dr. Phil.
If I get a child saying somebody touched my pee-pee, what do you expect me to do? You don't want to miss a single show.
We now return to the Dr. Phil house.
We were sitting at the dining room table when Dr. Phil appeared on the pop-up screen.
Well, hello.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon, Dr. Phil.
When the screen popped up and Dr. Phil was on the screen, I was like, okay, something good is gonna happen.
Guys, I want to talk to you for a minute. Can you hear me okay?
Yes. Yes, sir.
I think we're at a turning point in our stay here, and I've got some very important things that I want you to do. I want you to be thinking about 3 things that you personally want to ask me. If you are honest with yourself about it, the answers should be life-changing. If they're silly and frivolous and superficial, then the result will be silly, frivolous, and superficial. Knowledge is power, and I'm going to give you all that I have or can gather to bring a positive impact on who you are and where you're headed. Am I clear on this assignment?
Yes.
Yes, sir.
Fair enough?
Fair enough.
We all came here for a reason and a purpose, and it is time to drill down and do that right now. So I leave you with that thought.
Thank you.
Thank you very much, sir. God bless.
Seeing Dr. Phil again live on TV calmed us down a little bit and was able for us to get back and refocus and regroup on what's really going on.
I love it. I want one of those at my house.
I think the assignment that he gave us requires some thought, because being here with so many other people, it's not like just sitting at home this way. It's like, wham, there it is, just do it.
This is hard. I have questions for Dr. Phil about trying to get along with skinny people again. It's so hard for me right now because I've been lied to and harassed by them.
I think Dr. Phil has a lot of wisdom and a lot of experience, so I'm looking forward to really asking him maybe 4 questions, maybe 5. We got time.
My life looks so pitiful after only 19 years. That assignment scared me a lot because I'm afraid to be honest with myself. I'm afraid to be honest with people around me.
The 3 questions that I chose to write down made it seem, wow, this is why I'm here and this is why I'm getting the help I'm getting and this is what I need to know.
The questions to ask him were extremely hard because he told us to make sure they're really important questions, and there's so many questions I want to ask him.
I think all the exercises that we're receiving here in the house are really helping all of us change.
That was real hard, you know what I mean? Because before I didn't really know anything about, like your history. And what I've noticed to me is that I took a choice of taking my dad's footsteps.
So that might be one of your 3 questions that you might want to ask him, why you did.
Yep. Uh-oh, the screen's on, guys.
This morning when we woke up, we went in the living room. Yeah!
Hey there, Tessa and Christina. If you ever thought you needed each other's support, you're really going to need it today because I am sending you off on a very special assignment. Coming up, find out the shocking secret Stacy revealed to Christina that caught her by surprise.
I decided that it was time to just confront her.
Another drink.
To purchase tapes or transcripts of your favorite Dr. Phil show, log on to drphil.com or call 866-4-DR-PHIL. That's 866-437-7445.
Now, Tessa and Christina were put to the test when they were asked to trust each other with their lives.
I find it really hard to trust someone that I don't like their lifestyle.
If she falls, you catch her.
Okay. Okay.
Letting go and trusting Christina. Mm-mm.
Go ahead.
Oh my God, come on. I feel way too much slack, come on.
You're okay.
No.
Okay, pull her tight.
Oh my God.
You got it. Towards the end when she was lowering, I was trying to hold my balance and keep my strength on the rope so she could get down safe. That was great. She had you.
Thank God. I am now officially afraid of heights. This exercise taught me to trust in someone that I don't know very well. I now realize my control issues are a little bit more intense than I thought.
So you are climbing. Just as long as she doesn't try to kill me because she hates me, I'll be okay. If I die, I will haunt you. Oh my gosh. Oh, I have nothing else to grab onto. Tessa has you. Tessa, man, I don't trust you, dog. I
trusted you.
There you go, see? You're not going anywhere.
I think the meaning of the exercise was for Christina and I to learn to trust each other because I trust Christina and she trusted me. I'm feeling pretty good about what we got out of it.
I feel that I did learn how to work one-on-one with her. We did get some interaction and together without, the rest of the housemates there. I think we did okay.
While the housemates go to lunch, Stacy drops a bombshell on Christina. Take a look.
We just had lunch together, got out of the house. You guys always sit be sitting here, each other, being civilized.
I think we all got along as a group, and I think that's a big improvement for all of us since we all have our dislikes about one another.
Let me ask you a question. Do you think any less of me because I've been with a girl? I've been wanting to talk to Christina about that since yesterday. And then today, when we actually had a chance to be alone, I decided that it was time to just straight up confront her about that.
Like completely been with a girl?
Yep.
I think Stacy was just curious to see how I felt toward her because we get along great. We've never had a fight, we've never had an encounter. So she wanted to see if I was gonna change how I felt toward her as a person. We got a drink.
My question to you is, do you think that straight people go through the same things you do in a relationship?
Christina and I had a conversation tonight where I got the chance to tell a little bit of my story.
Oh, I'm sure they do. But the thing is that more often than not, straight people don't have to ungrip their hand when they're walking through the supermarket.
Just for her to know that even though I'm gay, I share similar life experiences.
Being judged is being judged, no matter what. When you're judged like that, you have to, it's like you keep going. I get in their face and say, you. That doesn't stop it, because that's the part.
I feel great about the step that I've made with Christina. Today was a huge step for me.
Look, I've got to say, we've come a long way from breeder to diseased homosexual to understanding the differences between people and having some acceptance of that.
She kind of made me see her differently, like in a different light.
We live in a society. Society's not used to that.
We could talk about this, help each other heal from this.
One of the biggest fears from here, coming here, is I was scared that I have to go to goodbye. But I want to not, I need to.
I think these two are ready for me to sit down and have a talk with about what we do now.
We're not standing at two sides of a cliff. We've built a bridge and we've met in the middle now.
How do you feel about this girl?
She's a nice person, and I was wrong by judging her.
You described her as a giving person.
She is a giving person.
You think she has a sense of humor?
She has a great sense of humor.
Isn't that odd that everything that you like best about you, you also see in her? So, is there a huge difference between the two of you?
When Dr. Phil pointed out that Tessa and I have a lot of things in common, it was just like, wow, she's a person.
You said about her,
I think you are detestable, disgusting.
it's on the level of bestiality and a mental disorder.
Tessa, I think you deserve to go to hell.
They're faggots, homos, flamers, and queens.
Yes, I did.
What do you think now?
That she's none of that.
You certainly have the right to say, it's not for me.
Right.
But I'll bet you do a lot of things that I would say, it's not for me.
Yeah, I do.
So are you telling me that you have learned to accept her and others that have the same orientation?
Yes. It was a good feeling to know that everything else I like you because of this, and that of, sexual orientation doesn't really matter.
Why do you suppose that I accept her completely? You accept her. So help me out. You're on my team. Let's gang up on her.
Coming up.
I got a message from Dr. Phil saying I was going to gain 300 pounds today.
So today, we are turning you from white guy into black guy. Let's do it. I'm turning black.
You change it for the better or for the worse?
DrPhil.com brought to you in part by...
Want thousands in cash by tomorrow based on trusting you? Without you putting up security, just your signature? Then make the cash call to 877-860-CASH.
Travel consideration provided by...
Want to make your pet hair magically disappear? Try my powerful 8-pound Auric XL free for 30 days.
All new tomorrow. A betrayed wife lashes out.
You tell your children your dad likes disease-infested whores.
This is wrong.
Your behavior is so outrageous that it overshadows the problem.
And the wife who actually cheated with her kids by her side.
You're not sorry you had the affair. You don't want to be married to him.
A riveting new Dr. Phil.
You need to get out right now.
Then on Thursday, he cheats and thinks it's okay.
He was with somebody Monday night.
This is news to me.
That's what you said.
Get me off the show right now.
Take a hike.
An explosive new Dr. Phil. That's Thursday. We now return to the Dr. Phil house.
You're on my team. Let's gang up on her.
He said, okay, let's gang up on her for a second, and I sort of was like, uh-oh.
I accept her. You accept her. Why do you suppose that she still doesn't accept herself?
No one's ever validated her as a person. I feel that she feels invalid because of that.
What do you think?
That about summed it up right there.
So basically, you have chosen to agree with your critics. Somebody comes and criticizes you and calls you a lesbo or a freak. You know, you bark about it, but in your heart of hearts, you go, yeah, you're right. I hate what I am.
I believe what straight people tell me, and I've incorporated that into biting back at them.
You say, my parents don't like my lifestyle. Okay, now they may not like your promiscuity, they may not like you going out late at night. That's lifestyle. But your sexual orientation is not a lifestyle.
My big light bulb moment was when Dr. Phil said a lifestyle is not who you love. For him to explain all these things that sometimes I can't verbalize was a huge relief.
You have got to decide to be your own best friend. You have got to decide to say, look, I have been kicking my own butt for long enough. I've been mad at me for who and what I am. I've been mad at me for disappointing my parents. Aren't you tired? Wouldn't it be nice to just pull the covers up around your neck at night and say, you know what? I'm just going to take a Popeye approach to this. I am what I am, and that, my golly, is just all right. Do you have anything against her?
No, not at all.
Do you have anything against me?
No.
We're breeders.
I know.
Hatred, anger, bitterness. It changes you, it changes your heart. It's so pervasive that it contaminates everything you look at, everything you feel, everything you see. You take this hatred out, you take this bitterness out, and then all the good qualities of who and what you are come bubbling back to the top again. And I want you to ride that wave to require more of yourself and take better care of yourself. Can you do that?
I can do that.
Because you know I'm going to be checking up on you like a hawk.
Since I've been in the house, how I feel about homosexuals, it's changed completely from I hate you to that doesn't matter. You are who you are.
When Dr. Phil left, I didn't know whether to approach Christina right away, but I put my arm around her and then she reached over and hugged me, like full-on embrace.
I was crying because I was so sorry for treating her as a bad person because of who she is.
I've never felt that close to Christina since we've been here, and for us to acknowledge each other as just people, it was just such an amazing moment for me.
When we embraced, it kind of like sealed the deal of, hey, you don't hate me because I'm straight, and I don't hate you because you're gay. We're friends.
Do you want to be a part of Dr. Phil's live studio audience? Call us at 323-461-PHIL or email us at drphil.com for free tickets.
Coming in 2 weeks, it's the House of Hatred finale. Can Gary get along with B's best friends?
Do you like me?
Honestly, no. Serving black women made me feel pissed off.
I think she has a problem with you.
Plus, can Stacy make peace with John
People his size are disgusting.
after we make her fat?
If I want him to feel like a freak, I would have joined the circus.
Are you kidding me?
And watch as Dr. Phil fights to save John's life.
You're gonna do it.
A House of Hatred finale, coming in 2 weeks only on Dr. Phil.
If you jack with me, I will. Our next Dr. Phil House show will be in 2 weeks because this Friday we're starting a very important show that is so heart-wrenching, so shocking, it needs 3 days to tell the whole story.
Coming Friday, a shocking all-new Dr. Phil.
What did he do to you, Kaylee? Tell me.
A show like you've never seen before.
What happened?
They judging my baby.
I love my daughter, and I'm being accused of handling her improperly.
A 3-year-old cannot make up the things that she comes up with.
Heartbreaking footage.
I don't want to go with her. Sorry, don't leave me.
I need to know if you have crossed that line.
And a confrontation that you will never forget.
I did not ever
you did,
touch her.
and you failed
Never.
a lie detector test about it, and she
Never
says
have I
it all
touched
the
her.
time.
I would sit there and put a gun to my head and blow my brains out if I ever touched her.
Let me tell you, my friend, my interest here is in Kaylee. If I get a letter and a videotape of a child saying somebody touched my pee-pee, what do you expect me to do? What do you expect me to do?
Coming next Friday.
That is a 3-day event airing Friday, Monday, and Tuesday. It is one of the most riveting series that we have ever done, and you don't want to miss it. And don't miss the House of Hatred finale airing the following Monday. Go to drphil.com for more on the House of Hatred and all of our upcoming shows. Thanks, and goodbye.
I think all your exercises are working for everyone, including myself.
It's just amazing what you can learn from other people. People are not all ignorant.
Christina's really asking Tessa a lot of questions and kind of forcing Tessa to open up to her, which I think is really awesome.
I kind of told her my story about why I am the way I am toward homosexuals. I'm sorry that I ever judged her, because of her lifestyle.
Maybe I have changed, and maybe I don't know that I have.
Tessa's white, Christina's black. I was not about to pick her side. Because of her blackness, I was more prone to side with Tessa. I seem to have connected with her on a spiritual level.
Life's too short to carry around any type of hatred. That's what I've learned basically living in this house, because the only people you should have strong feelings for are the people that you know and care about.
That is a 3-day event airing Friday, Monday, and Tuesday. It is one of the most riveting series that we have ever done, and you don't want to miss it. And don't miss the House of Hatred finale airing the following Monday. Go to drphil.com for more on the House of Hatred and all of our upcoming shows. Thanks, and goodbye.
I think all your exercises are working for everyone, including myself.
It's just amazing what you can learn from other people. People are not all ignorant.
Christina's really asking Tessa a lot of questions and kind of forcing Tessa to open up to her, which I think is really awesome.
I kind of told her my story about why I am the way I am toward homosexuals. I'm sorry that I ever judged her, because of her lifestyle.
Maybe I have changed, and maybe I don't know that I have.
Tessa's white, Christina's black. I was not about to pick her side. Because of her blackness, I was more prone to side with Tessa, I seem to have connected with her on a spiritual level.
Life's too short to carry around any type of hatred. That's what I've learned basically living in this house, because the only people you should have strong feelings for are the people that you know and care about.